Okay, guys, so I just got word that Jay-Z had did a concert, and in his rap dialogue, he was mentioning Kaepernick, okay, Kaepernick, and saying that he signed the NDA so that he can talk about certain things. And Jay-Z said that unlike him, he can't be controlled, okay? But the thing is, there were people clapping in the audience, and that's kind of sad because Jay-Z also mentioned about the social media content creator activists who speak up for, all of these boycotts that's going on. We have in the black community, there are so many boycotts right now going on in the black community that not only is it Target, okay, it's other companies, okay, it's black beauty supply stores that's owned by non-blacks. Okay, so it's a lot of things going on when it comes to boycotting, and I don't understand why. It just shocked me to hear that Jay-Z was coming after Kaepernick regarding him taking a knee because of all of the harassment that the black women and men have gone through and lost their lives through unnecessarily and justly. Okay, and then it always brings me back when we have these issues when it comes to like the police brutality and things that happen with these companies that go against some of us and work to undermine black people, black adults, black youth, right? So I just couldn't understand that because it always brings me back to thinking about Sandra Bland, and I always bring her story up because it was so unjust what they did to Sandra. Okay, she died over a cigarette, y'all. Like, she died over a cigarette. Sandra Bland died over a cigarette. And because this person with the ego didn't want to hear nothing she had to say, didn't treat her as a human, she lost her life, y'all. And so when Jay-Z speaks of these things to go against and undermine Kaepernick, it was just so shocking to hear that. And I was really like kind of digging his comeback and everything, looking past a lot of the stuff that they were talking about and everything, but this really undercut a lot of the stuff. Like, it's trying to undercut us. But just like a elder just told me, they were like, they used a lot of black people back in slavery to squash the beef between the masters and the slaves, and they used some of us, whether it was the head handler or the head witch, okay, they used them to undermine a lot of the slaves, the black people, okay, the indigenous people to Americas who are African, okay. So I'm just really shocked to know that Jay-Z got on his platform. He used his biggest platform. He has a big platform to undercut a lot of what the black activist has been saying on this social media. He said, quote, that he said the activists on Twitter, he laughs at them. Y'all be twittering and typing up all, your little activism, but he's laughing at them. Like, come on now, Jay-Z. You can't be doing that to your people. Like, a lot of us who are in our older age now, 40s and 50s, we purchased your CDs back in the 90s, okay? We purchased your CDs back in the 90s. We supported you. You get what I'm saying? And after all, while what this stuff is going on in the news with us losing our lives, black and white, and other races losing their lives unjustly due to people's ego and brutality, you're gonna go and get on your biggest platform and your comeback and diss Kaepernick because he took a knee for George Floyd, Sandra Bland, Mike, and the rest of the people. You know what I'm saying? Trayvon Martin. So this is very, very disappointing. It's disheartening, and I just can't believe this. Some things you just don't say. I was listening, and I heard this from Indisputable with Dr. Rashad Ritchie, and I heard that, and I just said I had to speak up because I'm a social media content creator activist, I like to speak up for stuff that goes on in my black community. I may not be able to change anything as one person, but I can speak to my audience on my social media, and it may spark a flame in them who have the resources or the fortitude or the strength and energy to go on a little bit further. You know what I'm saying? Especially for the youth, they need to be taking action now and stuff as much as they can. But we know they come for us, black men and black women who speak up for justice and who want to boycott some of these corporations and companies. And some of these corporations and companies, they're really dangerous. They're really dangerous, guys. And see, when we go after our justice, these people retaliate against us. The law don't want to bring that into the courtroom. The law don't want to let you bring that into the courtroom, that a lot of your targeting, gang stalking, gaslighting, community slander and stalking and harassment and even and torture and trauma and torment and suppression and abuse comes from when you want justice. And so I understand why, some people, bow out at the last minute. They don't want to fight no more because they've been put through so much suppression, oppression, harassment, trauma, torment, mental and psychological abuse. Okay. And not only just the physical abuse, but this stuff lasts and lingers with people for the rest of their life. So for Jay-Z to get up on that stage when he came out and he back into not really disregarding a lot of the stuff we hear in the news because we don't really know the truth, but we were still trying to pay for those. They were still paying for those tickets to see him because he is very creative. He's very, he has a creativity, what I'm saying, to him, and then he has a powerhouse behind him, and we don't understand what all these so-called billions you have, and you say you support your black community. Why would you get on that stage and do that to Kapernick? Why would you do that to the black women and men who lost their lives from police brutality or just unjustly? Why would you do that? So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I don't know why he would do that. Why won't he let it go? Why won't he just say, stay quiet? You're supporting Target. First and foremost, and we know what Target has been doing and has done. So you're undermining the black women and men who want to create their black businesses in the hair care field, knowing that we will get undercut. They have built a monopoly with the black hair supply stores, where I just seen how one guy came into a black male's black beauty supply store that he opened and started asking him who's his vendors, who gave you these products, who allowed you to get these, because they want to know who the vendors are so they can contact the vendors and undercut that man. We know what time it is. We're on to this. As a woman who would love to have a black owned beauty supply store, I am so shocked at what Jay-Z just said about Kaepernick. That is, you just disrespected Sandra Bland, Atiana Jefferson, all the people, all the black women and men who lost their lives from police brutality. Why would you talk about Kaepernick like that on a big stage like that? So on that note, guys, I just wanted to share that with you. This is my second channel, conversation talks and stuff, but really it's just adult, mature conversations. But still, activism is not easy, guys. I don't care if you're out there in front of the courthouse. I don't care if you're out there on your corner at your corner store. I don't care if you're out here on your YouTube, your TikTok, your Twitter, your Instagram, wherever you do your activism at. I don't care where you're doing it at. It is not easy. It is super hard. It takes a lot of faith from God. It takes a lot of protection from God. It takes a lot of fortitude. It takes a lot of strength, and your strength comes from the Lord. But we know that some entities and organizations and stuff, they will build a confederate against you. Chosen ones, they have. There's some good people out there that are fighting for people. There, it is good people out there. I don't want anyone to take offense to what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's some good people out here. I call them earth angels because I know I'm an earth angel sent from God through the Most High God, through His Son Christ, the Holy Messiah. But when we know that we are being unjustly handled by these demonic handlers, okay, what, we gonna just be quiet about it? No, you know social media gonna get on this. You know social media gonna do their videos. Clap, 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 okay? Click, 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 click. Chat, 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 chat. Okay, we're gonna go live on this stuff. This ain't no upload no video. We going live. We got to go live on this. We supported this man music back in the days, paid for these CDs, used our little money that our parents gave us, used our little, money that we worked at Publix and got paid, used our little money that we got when we were in college and bought some of these records, okay, these CDs. Can we ask for our money back now? Can we ask for a refund? But you want to clap back at Kapernick and talk about how he took the check, okay, because he signed the NDA. But you can't be controlled. You are being controlled. Them people controlling you. Them people telling you what to say. Them people, that's the only reason why you sitting around at them round tables with them people. Them people ain't gonna let you in. They ain't gonna let nobody in like that. You a rapper? Come on. How many rappers make it to these in circles? No, you're doing what they did back in the day in slavery, and you trying to squash some beef, but you actually effing it up. You effing it up. You causing really distension in our community, and you need to stop it. But we know, because of his status and stuff. See, these people, like, they don't like activists, y'all. They be trying to shut activists down. They be trying to silence us. That's why you get a lot of activists get gang stalked, set up, beat up, jumped, hurt, shot, all this, hung from a tree, all of that. Sandra Bland, guys, she was starting a new career. She moved to Texas, and she was on her way handling business. Her mother said that she was optimistic going about her transitioning, moving. You know how it is to move to a new city, new country, new town, new state. You're optimistic. You want, a better life. You want to try it and try again. You know what I'm saying? Until you get it right. Right? She got murdered for not putting out a cigarette. She was pulled over, okay? All the person needed to do was give her a ticket and let her go on by her way so she can pay the ticket at the courthouse or at the DMV. You get what I'm saying? No. This, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you have to keep your doors locked when you're in your car. I don't care if you're sitting at a red light, you sitting at a store, you sitting somewhere, you in the bank, drive through ATM. Keep that door locked. Even motor vehicle attorneys tell you when they ask you for your ID and registration, just have your window cracked. You don't need your window all the way down. Just crack that window and hand it out to them. I've tried it before and it worked. And that man sent me on about my way and didn't even give me a ticket because I was pleasant. I was optimistic. I had a smile on my face, and I was personable. He asked me for my driver's license and registration. I rolled down my little window right there. I pulled over somewhere in a lidded area and I gave it to him. And he handed it back to me. No problem. My door was locked and my window was cracked. This is what I'm saying. Like, if her door, I'm not blaming her at all. I'm just trying to be an encouragement and inspiration to somebody else. When you're driving in your car, make sure when someone pulls you over or you're stopping somewhere, I don't care where you are, keep that door locked. Keep that door locked. Crack your window if you have to speak to somebody and give them some kind of document or whatever. Unless if at the bank, you're still supposed to have your door locked. You're still supposed to be paying attention and staying alert. But she lost her life over a cigarette, y'all. A cigarette. That man got mad because she didn't want to put down her cigarette. But she didn't need to put down her cigarette. She was in her private property in her car. All he had to do is ask her for her driver's license and registration. She could have handed it to her because her window was all the way down. Her door was closed. He yanked her out of there. He beat her, and then he took her to jail, and then they beat her and they killed her, and then they you know what I'm saying? Her mom had to move to the same city that her daughter lost her life in to fight justice there. So guys, you got to understand this is not right. We can't be standing here not standing on business. When we're boycotting, we're standing on business. I'm boycotting the store right now, and I said their name probably once or twice. I probably, edited it out and all that, because I don't want to really boycott that store. It was a good store. I enjoyed going to that store, but I'm boycotting the issue. I'm boycotting the issue. If I don't get justice, yes, I'm gonna boycott that store, because then I can speak up. I can't speak up right now. I can't really speak up right now. But that particular store needs to be boycotted. Because shortly after I got hurt in that store, someone lost their life in that store, and plenty other of their stores. All during the same time that I'm fighting for my justice. So I know they may have something, because one thing about it, when you're going through a legal matter, they're investigating you on all aspects, y'all. I'm telling you, it's draining, it's overwhelming, it's really what they doing is they put you in jail in your home. They have they put cameras all up around you. I don't know if it's to protect you or to hurt you, but don't protect me. Don't protect me and then try to put me in jail. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. I want my justice. That's it. So when I hear that Jay-Z is trying to under a lot of us social media activists, talking about he laugh at us when we typing and stuff, we're speaking up about injustice that's going on in our black community. How can you do that? How can you do that? You got children that when you're gone and passed on, you want what we fought for to still be taking action, so that the next generation and the next generation will fight a little more, or don't have to fight so hard like what we have to fight, like our parents and our ancestors had to fight. And we didn't do anything to anyone. Our ancestors didn't do anything to be put in chains. All we were brilliant, great. They took the best of us. They took the best of us. They took the doctors, the lawyers, the cultivators, the people who knew about rice and how to cultivate it, agriculturalists, all of that. Let's not forget Dr. George Carver Washington. Oh yeah, he was a brilliant mind. Oh, a brilliant mind. Back in those days, doing what he was doing, oh, he loved nature. That's why I say, guys, y'all got to get out in nature. Maybe it make you feel better. And some of these people be having the wealth and resources to be out in nature, to love nature, to help nature, to plant trees, to donate to these tree companies and stuff who plant trees and stuff. I was just like on Temu. That's why I like Temu, because at the checkout, they allow you to donate to planting a tree. See, those are the companies. We may talk bad about Temu and their little products. I like Temu. You're not going to get the most quality stuff, but hey, you'll get it fast. You'll get it in bulk. You can go upsell it in your shops. Okay. You can plant a tree. What other companies out there, when you go to the checkout line, asking you donate to the children, donate to the planet, donate to, housing. We got housing issues in our black community. We got people out here deadbolting people out of communities, deadbolting people out of apartment complexes. People retaliating against activists like myself, so they won't you won't get a job no more. You get blackballed when you start going after your justice. So how can Jay-Z sit there and undercut Kapernick when he took a knee for justice? He took a knee. And y'all heard about when they hired a black sheriff, all the fucking sheriffs quit, all the officers quit. So the black people got into the street and started carrying their guns, but they were acting a fool. But the point is, The whole police department, sheriff department quit because of a black sheriff getting being seated. What that sheriff should have did was he should have started hiring some of those people and giving them the right training. But guess what? Within a day or two, outside departments came to his aid. You see, that's what I'm talking about. See, it's not always black and white, but when it comes to black, when it comes to the black women and men, we supposed to stand up. We supposed to stay on business. We supposed to keep moving forward with this. Yeah, I like some stuff from Target. I used to always shop at Target when I used to. I had 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? I went always to Target. You know what I'm saying? With my little second check and buy me little things. Buy CDs. That's when I was buying the CDs. So I'm working off extra hard to get me a little CD. And then come to find out Jay-Z is up there on that stage and when he on his comeback and he gonna undercut Kapernick. When we cheer Kapernick on for taking that knee, man. Taking that knee for Sandra Bland, Sonya Massey. Sonya Massey lost her life in her own home. Boiling water, minding her business. Someone was gang stalking her, busting her windows out of her car, fumbling around in her yard, in her backyard. She done called the cops by several times and come to find out it's the same person showing up that killed her. So you gonna undercut Kaepernick for that? Come on, man. And Kaepernick took the knee before Sonya Massey lost her life. Y'all got to wake up, man. Jay-Z, come on now, wake up, man. Don't do that to your black people no more. Don't do it. Do an interview and apologize. Do an interview and apologize. Make it right with Kaepernick. Have a one-on-one with Kaepernick. Y'all seen how Kanye got pretty much blacklisted, but Kanye got back on. He got back up. He kept moving forward, man. He kept moving forward. When you have a disagreement as an adult, you don't supposed to take it that far. You don't supposed to dish your black sisters and brothers when you know they're on a mission to make a change for the better, not for the worse, for the better. I just had to say that. Jay-Z, make it right with Kaepernick. Y'all 2 brilliant individuals. Y'all are 2 amazing individuals. 2 black men. 2 adult black men. 2 wealthy black men. We don't know y'all struggles. We don't know what y'all, your real life struggles that you haven't even told us yet. But the point is, don't do your brothers and sisters like this. Don't do it. Come together with Kaepernick. Do an interview. Let Don Lemon do your interview. Let somebody who's been in media for years, over 20 years, okay, do your interview. So that he can ask you them hard questions. And so you let Don Lemon be the mediator between you and Kaepernick. Televised. So you can speak to him and to your people. Because we rooting for both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? We rooting for both of y'all. We rooting for both of y'all. We need someone who's a black man who's been in media for many years. You know what I'm saying? Get Dr. Rashad Richie. Get Don Lemon. Okay? Get some other black men. I'm talking about who are civil rights activists, and have you and Kaepernick be interviewed by them. And televise it for your black people. Okay? So on that note, guys, peace and blessings. I hope this message get out, and we're rooting for both of y'all. We want to see y'all come together, not be apart. They've been trying to split us apart for so long, y'all. They keep trying to split us apart. They want us in friction. I want to see somebody like Don Lemon, Dr. Rashad Richie interview Kaepernick and Jay-Z. because we rooting for both of them. They both amazing people. They're very gifted. They're talented, and they have achieved success. We want our young youth children coming up to see this union come squash the beef together. Okay, you can't squash beef on one side. You got to come together and squash the beef. In the community, in the legal aspect, in anything, in any kind of friction, you got to squash the beef together. And leave that meeting and leave that union with positive vibes. On that note, guys, peace and blessings. Talk to y'all later.